My body...
Certain.
I'd like...
All right.
I'm glad...
Excellent. The water's nearly cold, but I think we got you all cleaned up.
The Chamberlain mentioned you've seen demons at the castle.
You're damn right I did. What do you know about it?
Nothing. That's why I came to you.
I'm sure at least half a dozen demons have taken... If the Chamberlain didn't tell you how dangerous this is for all...
Of course he told me. That's why we're trying to resolve this.
I'm glad to hear. Give those demons their...
Tell me what you know, then.
You know the guardhouse with the little arena? In the palace below the Crone, over by the... Inside, I mean. The place stinks like hell, day in and... I've seen things there with my own... I'd start the investigation.
All right. How long have...
Why do you...
I don't know much about this place, so I wanted to ask you...
I'm not much of a talker. He's served here since the... Excuse me?
All right. This is already sharp. Here, Matt.
Go and see the priest first. If he says it's all right...
Aye, aye. You silly doggy.
Go and get your horse so we can get going.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Let's try this again.
So, how...
Sir Otto hired me in Prague as his bodyguard and a swordmaster for the local castle garrison. I reckon he sensed he was in danger. And he was right. A band of scoundrels was lying in wait for us on the road, and they nearly got us.
How was your company ambushed?
It was well planned, I must admit. They nearly got us.
And what went wrong for them?
Hard to say. Maybe we were just lucky, and God was watching over us.
That's all there was to it.
If you really want to know what I think, the idiots lacked discipline. They rushed it.
What do you mean?
It might have come down to a single fool's mistake. I don't know. But if they just waited a bit longer, like I say,
Why do they call you Black Bartosz?
It's just a nickname, of course, because of my, black hair. Every swordsman has a nickname, you know? Once you win a few tournaments, they give you one.
So you're really a highborn...
Indeed. I'm Bartoszek of Drahonitz. My father's...
Oh, sorry.
No, there's no need for formalities. A man should earn a name for himself. It's not a...
You must have been honored when the Royal Chamberlain chose you as his bodyguard.
That's simple. I was serving in the garrison in Prague's...
I see. But what brought...
Depends what you mean. I'd recently won 2 big tournaments, so I was invited to a splendid banquet. It was there Sir Otto offered me a position at his castle. I'd heard of Trotsky, of course, but I was still astonished. Sir Otto spared no expense.
Sorry, but we're about the same age.
We each have our own path, it seems. I even...
What?
I wouldn't go that far. I may come from a noble family, but we're not renowned, and I didn't have one, so I had to do what...
You became a mercenary?
That's right. I spent more time fighting than studying at university, and I came out of it alive. So I reckoned that's where my talent lies.
Where did you learn to fight, Bartosz?
I've dedicated the last 5 years of my life to it. I travelled a lot and was taught by several masters.
I'd like to see the world too. But I haven't even made it to Prague yet.
Well, I haven't been all that far either. But unless you learn from true masters, you'll never become a master yourself. Fortunately, these days there are plenty of swordsmen in Prague who will train you for coin.
I hope to make it to our royal city someday soon.
If you do, go and see Master Lamprecht and give him my regards. He's a man of honor and a peerless master of the longsword.
I'd like to learn...
Why not? If you have... As you can probably figure, I like the longsword. Our grandfathers didn't use them, but today in Prague, everyone is tripping over themselves to learn how... I'll be happy to show you how to... As you wish. The first thing is to realize a sword has 2 blades, and thanks to your second hand on the hilt, these are exactly the technique. Now come and try it if you...
I'd like...
Why not? I like a longsword, but there's not much room for it in the heat of battle. Such a hit with the pommel of a sword, handle of an axe, or edge of a shield. Would you like me to... All right. Attack with any... Oh, now come and...
I'd like...
Why not? If you are not afraid of fistfights, I'll show you a little trick. I was taught it by a good old friend. But of course, first, it won't... Now come and try...
I see you've got...
I'd love to. But father... Oh, wait a mo. The guards found something on this one thief they caught. Some sort of map. They wanted to go looking for it. But I took the map from them.
Why don't you look...
I'm new here. I don't know the... I'm glad I made it out alive when Lord Von...
Oh, glad...
Let's get...
Come on then, show us what you can do. Unless you're playing first, huh? Well, you're not afraid of anything. Let it be now. I want to play too, you know. If I was you, I'd take it.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Here. Like this. Damn! Shit! Kurwa!
Sakra! Here.
Can we...
Come by another time. I've got better...
Privies for the guards. Did he make a mistake? Or was he just messing with me?
I'm sorry.
Let's
As you wish.
a practice.
What's your...
I'll go with
What do you want me...
the same.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, what the? Too slow. Fuck that.
Enough! Before you hurt me. Give me a mo...
Let's have a
Still ha...
Got him. I'm wounded.
Enough! I need to catch my breath.
one more.
Still ha...
Fucking hell.
Enough!
One more.
Too slow. No, you don't.
Stop! What do you...
Let's
What's your...
a short.
What should I take?
The same as.
Shall we get...
Let's do.
Fucking hell. Fuck that.
Stop!
Let me.
That's a lot of blood. This should stop.
Let's...
As you wish.
I just want...
What will you...
I want a...
What do you want me to...
The same...
Shall we get started?
Let's do...
Got him! I'm wounded! Take that!
Enough. That's a lot of blood. This should stop it.
Ah, you must have been... The place you described to me was...
You're right. My bad. I realised as soon as you...
So where should I...
I was actually going to send you to the palace. It's upstairs, near Lord Von... I hear a mysterious door appear. It must be the...
All right, I'll have a look. The Chamberlain said you...
Those monsters. Last summer, we only heard them scratch, but they got a... They're leaving charred marks on my wooden spoons. Throwing.
Don't worry. The Chamberlain is taking this very seriously.
My eyes and ears aren't what they used to be, but I be on the lookout. That's how the demons disguise themselves. So you...
All right, I'll keep an eye out.
They're coming from the other side of the car.
How should I deal with...
Of course. Everyone knows the deal. You have to find 5 fireplaces. Be careful to sprinkle within the width of your little finger. 9 and every 3rd drop.
I don't have much of a choice.
And one more thing to take to heart. The spell, but most of all... God bless you, sir.
You're always welcome here, noble.
I heard some interesting... There's one I'd like to borrow. A sand-coloured cover.
Yes, several rare and... But why are you interested in an
I've heard there are some interest... Every alchemist is in dog...
Perhaps you know more about that book. Well, I'll have to disappoint you. Lord Nickvard Libak, and the one you're looking for, he left with it before I could even... All I remember is the author's initial. I'm fairly benevolent when it comes to lending books, but he's had it borrowed for an excessive amount of time now.
Why would Nickvard...
I have a... It seems Nickvard... I've warned him repeatedly not to carry borrowed books around with him, but Nickvard is old and stubborn, and...
The price of such a book must be...
But as I said, Nickvard is intent... I've managed to find 3 people who've spoken to him recently, but...
Are we going to have gruel again tonight?
For a nobleman, Nickvard is quite...
I'm surprised that he's ever spoken to anyone, but Nickvard is a loner. Which is all... Now that he's decided to leave his... But I'm afraid that's all I've managed to find out. Since Lord von Berkhove's...
I'll help you.
Many thanks. If you aren't sure what to do...
Before I...
Who, exactly?
You said Nickvard. Where at the castle does he live?
Nickvard lives like a hermit here at Trotsky. Like a... His chambers are in the Crone's Tower. But God knows he took his meals down in the Crone's... Lately, I've often seen him talking to Regina in the Knight's Hall, or looking out the hall window. I caught sight of him a few times with Hirsch at the transport yard below the castle.
So I just have to hope I run into him somewhere.
Nick Vard always just shows up. I've rarely ever... I'm not surprised you can't find him anywhere, since I've been...
Where is
Bertha cooks for us in the Crone's kitchen. If you can't find her there, try the first house in the lower castle, across...
Where is Regina?
As Lord von Berkoff's personal maid, perhaps in the Knight's Hall, or on the floor above it, near the Lord's chair.
Where is her?
I've seen him with Hirsch at the transport yard below the castle. He sleeps in the house directly across from it.
That's everything I need. I hear there are
Again, is anyone sprinkling yet?
Oh,
That's the only thing that...
what do you think of all this?
Occasionally, I hear the servants telling stories that sound like they're taken... Even Gregory the Great, Gregory of Tours, Caesarius of Heister... The devil, as the enemy of both God and man, makes every effort to... How do you imagine the forces of...
Like the sort of mud that sticks to everything. Causes ulcers.
And I usually hear similar things from people who can't swim. Anything else?
What kind of tasks do you...
Rare ones, lad. His lordship spends little time at Trotsky. As the royal chamberlain, he has...
What does the royal...
I understand, lad. You're asking...
Yeah, exactly. I don't...
Sir Otto von Burgo is the royal chamberlain. Subcamerarius, in Latin. He's one of the 9 most... He manages the royal towns and monasteries, approves the councillors and abbot...
Why does Sir Otto have to...
Because that's the seat of the royal court, and our lord is one of the highest royal... Praga caput regni, young man. Prague is the heart of the kingdom. All the political threads come together there. It's where they handle If you want to be somebody, you have... Or to Moravia, to that traitor Jobst of Luxembourg.
Excuse me.
And what else should I call a person who only looks at...
But now he's fighting for King Wenceslas.
Jobst has changed sides so often it's impossible to keep track. But, to give him credit where Wenceslas wasn't even able to hold on to the imperial crown that his father passed on to him before he died. Yes, indeed. One day that bloody Margrave... He might even become the...
Why doesn't Lord von Burgov free our King Wenceslas from captivity in Vienna?
It's politics.
I understand. Why did they take our king captive? And why did the Czech...
That's complicated. Back during the reign of both King's father, Emperor Charles, and when young Wenceslas came to the throne, he didn't have enough experience. That's why he surrounded himself with faithful lower lords and entrusted them with all the royal...
I reckon the high nobility didn't like...
You're damn right they didn't. That started a protracted war, dragging the king's cousins, Prokop and Jobst of Luxembourg, into it. But King Wenceslas was stubborn, unyielding, and he preferred to run away from politics to wine. It was only a matter of time before the lords conspired with his brother, the Hungarian king. A year ago, they got together and captured Wenceslas in Prague, and Sigismund had the royal castles. They secretly took the king to Vienna, where his brother is still holding him firmly under lock and key.
So von Burgov and the others want Sigismund to be...
Not at all. Soon they discovered they'd miscalculated, and that Sigismund wanted the whole country for himself. And now, I think that's why Lord von Berkoff received your message. He's trying...
Who are among Wenceslas's opponents?
Who do you think? All the nobles in the League of Lords, of course. The most powerful are Henry of Rosenberg, Henry of Hraditz, Boresh of Riesenberg, Bohuslav of Schwamberg, and our Sir Otto von Bergoff, too, so far.
But we serve Sahanish of Lipa and Radzig Kobyla.
Exactly. They're representatives of the lower nobility, who always stood faithfully by Wenceslas because he handed out royal positions to them.
Ah, damn...
On the contrary, boy. It's only thanks to politics that von...
I'd like...
What are you interested...
Tell me some...
All right, then. Guards! Do something about that carry-on. Stop him! Guard! Guard! Back and sentence that fucking head!
Lord von Burgov.
It's a thankless job. Baroness,
Are they really so much?
they've been a nuisance ever since the cast call him whatever you want. That hellish bastard certainly wasn't happy when Sir Vincent started.
I can't imagine.
But he soon realized it made him closer. Many a poor soul in the lower castle has already fallen for his scheme.
Why don't you put a stop?
The castle is situated. We have no choice but to try and...
Look out! So, here you are. Now I've got you. Give up.
Easy! I surrender!
I've got you. Felt like return what you stole.
Utter nonsense. You'll have to answer to the nobility for this.
Oh, Careful.
Bertha, the scribe told me.
Well, I brewed him another phial of medicine. I told him to stop by for another one soon.
Nick Vard
I can't say. I promised Lord Li-
Oh, come now. Nick Vard misplaced an important book. I need to find it.
I remember the recipes by heart. And Lord Liba...
Listen, Bert. Do you realize your stubbornness is making every... Nick Vard borrows a mysterious book. Suddenly he stops talking to the scribe, and when the only person who wants to get to the bottom of it comes to you, you don't want to have Nick Vard on your conscience.
I suppose you're right. I reckon Lord Lib...
I'm sure he would.
Well, it's a common potion for a bellyache. Just better tasting. In that regard, Lord Libac had... Everything came out much too...
Nick Vard didn't have time to run...
It was in the privy down below the crone. By the training ground, below the I helped him clean his hose and made him the medicine. And I promised that I wouldn't. Lord Libac is quite particular about the impression he makes on the young maids, you know. That's why he didn't use the privy near the maids' quarters. Though it's closer to his chamber, but to the arena. But this time...
Is that all?
What else is there to say? That the entire... It happens to the best of us. And I told him as much then. I must say, he did look as if the fate...
I don't know if this is going to do me any good.
Well, you could have found a worse...
Thanks anyway.
You shouldn't work so hard. You'll wear yourself out.
It's just I don't like lounging about, sir.
Why?
I get the feeling life's passing me by, and that the Lord will be displeased at my idleness.
Even our Lord rested at the end of the week.
I observe
Careful.
the rest, but otherwise I'm always on the go. I'd feel bad if I wasn't.
Admirable. I hope you keep it up. Even so.
Greetings, sir.
My humble respects. But when the king commands, his subjects have to obey, don't they?
You didn't hear it from the trader who sold you the bow, by any chance?
Aye, come to think of it. It was him who told me. See you soon. God be with you.
So! To hell with it.
You shouldn't be... That's it! And next time, don't go creeping around where you don't belong!
At your service, sir.
Good day to you.
I'm here for some horse tack.
Christ, what kind of mess is this again? I've got the tack ready, but I've been ordered to show you our herring first. You can take him, so kindly take a look at him in the stable here and tell me... It was good to see you, my friend.
I took a look.
And?
A nice animal.
Never mind looking a gift horse in the mouth, you flat out refuse to accept one. But just having your own horse won't make a horseman of you.
Ah, don't worry. I learned to ride with cumans on my tail. And arrows whistling past my...
Well, I'll be damned. But even an experienced horseman like you needs equipment, as you can tack him up yourself.
Sure. Thanks.
Take care.
Good evening, Henry.
Good evening, Catherine.
Have fun, whatever you're planning.
Aye, aye, you silly doggy.